Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 89 of Two Left Thumbs, your source of weekly gaming news and updates. In this week's episode, we're going to be talking about Mixer getting shut down. A new Crash game gets announced, Cyberpunk is delayed once again, and all the big announcements from EA Play this week. As usual, we have the best weekly deals that we have scoured the internet for. We have found them all, feature a range of publishers across every gaming platform. Remember, if you are listening now, don't forget to share the podcast around, tell a friend about it, leave a rating as it does help us grow. If you want to go over to our YouTube channel, sub and review over there, that would be fantastic. My name is Grey Aussie Gamer, and joined with me is the man that has just moved house, digitally, that is, from Mixer over to Twitch. Deaf Puppies. There you go, man.
I'm okay. I'm good, man. Despite everything that's gone on this week, I'm stable for now. It's been a wild week.
We're not going to dive straight into the Mixer thing, for it is right off the run sheet.
It is right.
We'll save it for them because there is a statement that we would like to read through what they sent and everything else. But it's been a big week. Can you talk me through some of the games you've been playing? What have you been into this week? Because there's been quite a big release.
There has been, and I haven't played that. So I forgot to mention this last week, but I actually got back into Assassin's Creed, going through the final DLC story. Yeah, I had some time. My Xbox was there. I just kicked back on the couch, on the bed, and just so I started the final DLC for that, which is the Atlantis one, where you're sizing yourself up against gods, and kind of it's a very similar format to the rest of the game. Like, it's go talk to people, go to this, blah 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 blah. Not as good as the main story though. Definitely, like, I'm not as invested in the characters as I was originally.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, all around it's okay. You're in a new area as well. You travel to Atlantis and end up in a realm. I can't remember what it's called.
They go right off the deep end, this one though, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they take it right out. Yeah, okay.
It's really good to see.
I like the look of it.
Yeah, it was interesting, but I mean, and there's a few new mechanics there. Like, there's statues that can come to life if they see you doing things wrong, and they will fuck you up, like, royally. But I don't know. The combats I found fairly easy as well. So far, the build that I had originally is basically one-shotting everything that was like 2 or 3 levels above me. I was like walking around, like, if I say full stealth mode and I don't get into a fight, I'd never die.
The T1000, as it's called.
T1000, yeah. Just stab people in the back and do like 400% extra damage, and it just ruins people.
That is insane. Can you tell us all, how many hours do you think you've clocked into this game? From your first playthrough, adding in these DLCs, where do you think your total playthrough time is?
Last I checked, I was at around 160 hours.
Fuck.
So I'm probably up to about 170 now.
Right.
Roughly. I've got about 70% of the game complete.
That's too big.
It's too big. Are you still? I know you were playing it. Are you still playing it?
I'm bound. No, not currently, because I'm in Tarkov mode at the moment, trying to get through. Try and keep up in that area. But it's something I definitely do want to finish off, especially before Valhalla comes out. It's interesting though, because Sean Layden, the head of, ex-head, former head of PlayStation Worldwide Studios, has come out today with a bit of a I don't know, it's a bit of an interview someone's done on him. And he was stating that the AAA gaming business as it is now is unsustainable.
Oh, that's makes sense.
Like, the games are just too big and cost too much. So he's like, there is a space for 10 to 15 hour single player games.
And that's not good, though. I really enjoy those.
Give me those fucking what? Yes. Because I think, I don't know, a lot of us, we get a little OCD with these games. Like, I just open up the map in Assassin's Creed and it's like, fuck, man, like, look how much stuff there is to do. I want to do all of it as the best I can. Um, yeah, I'm thinking I'm over those styles of games. They're just too big, especially
Yeah, I don't
Assassin's
mind.
Creed.
I don't mind one occasionally, but
Yeah,
like
occasionally,
we've had
exactly.
so many for so long. It's just like, oh fuck. I mean, as
Yeah,
cool as Valhalla looks, I mean, I'm very, very mildly excited for it. Like, and no sarcasm. It's like, okay, cool. I
yeah.
just know how big it's going to be and how much of a task it's going to get through. I just hope it's worth it. And
Well,
it
they've
wasn't
already said
like,
it's bigger than Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so
yeah,
holy shit,
yeah,
that is
holy
insane.
fucking
But
shit.
a shining light that is to come out yet is Cyberpunk 2077. Sorry, and they have said that their map is not gigantic; it is vertically very large.
Large. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots
So,
of detail,
but
which would be good.
width wise, yeah, it's not going to be taking you ages to cross the map, and yeah, they've gone for more compact but dense and like really jam. Like that is cool. Give me that.
Yeah, you
Not
definitely
endless
give us
fields of running and
give us a world worth exploring the the nooks and crannies, not something that's like,
yeah,
oh, see that mountain over there? If you walk for 4 hours on auto walk, you can you
yeah,
can
you
go
can get
there.
there. If you act like a mountain goat, you can climb up it to
Yeah.
do nothing really.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What else? What else you got into? Or you just been stuck in that?
No, I also played Grounded. So the new one by Obsidian, they had a beta demo out last weekend
Oh yeah,
for a
yeah.
couple of days.
This is the like yeah the
Where
small honey. Yeah,
the
yeah.
premise is you're shrunken down and you're in somebody's backyard, and the story premise, it's a survival game, is you have to figure out what's going on and get yourself back up to a large size, as far as I can tell. Now the demo, you got half an hour. You could keep doing it over and over and over again, but you had half an hour to do as much as you can before you got kicked back to the menu.
Right.
Um, but it was really, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if it was.
What's the premise of the game? Like, what do you do?
So you start off, you kind of come to what seems like this giant cave, which is actually just like a small hole in the ground. Like the whole concept of scale here is wild, and you walk out, and then so all right, so you've got to find your little research stations, and it's like compared to you, it's like a normal size, and you're just walking past, and it's like blades of grass that just look like massive trees. You've got ants that are about, I'd say, your hip height,
Yeah. Okay.
and like everything will kill you. Everything. Like if you punch something, because me, first thing I do, hey, let's punch it. No, don't do that. Bad.
Is there a
idea.
lawnmower?
Not that I've seen yet. Although that would be an interesting boss. There's a
Like a
giant
lawnmower.
fucking spider though.
Man,
If you
spiders
go
freak
like the
everyone
wrong
out.
way, there's a big. But it's okay though. Like there's this giant ass spider, and it will fuck you up. I mean, I'm sure you get to a point where you can kind of mess them up pretty easily, but there is a mode called Arachnophobia mode, which I haven't tried out yet, but it takes away the spider and replaces it with something else.
Oh,
Which is
really?
yeah, which is really cool. It changes it so it's not a spider, so people like get freaked out by this fucking giant
That
spider, which
is
is really
a
cool.
fucking neat idea. I mean, I'm not scared of spiders, but I do know shitloads of people that are, and I do know
Exactly right.
heaps of people that avoid games that have spiders in them. That's all. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool that they actually have a setting for that.
Yeah, I thought it was really neat. Also the motion blur is on a slider. Just speaking of settings, and that was weird because the baseline's set on 20 and it's too much. I cranked it up to 100 and almost felt sick fucking trying to play it.
God, does anyone ever use motion blur in
No,
the game?
no one
Seriously,
does, ever.
Boy, that's the first thing I do is turn that off, and if it's on PC, turn the FOV right up, and yeah,
So back to the premise of the game. You go out into this world and you've got to explore. Man, basic survival game. You've got to craft. You've got to break down materials around you to craft things. So the way that works is you can collect various materials by hand, and that will get you enough to make the tools to craft. To make the tools to harvest more to craft different things.
Yep.
The way that works is you have to go back to your research center and you have to scan it in. And then once you've scanned, say like a pebble or a grass sprout in, it will tell you the recipes that will derive from that item and what you need to get them, but it won't tell
Go.
you how to get them.
Yeah.
So you need like dew or sap or something like that, and you've
Always
got
need
to
to.
always need dew. Got to get that mountain dew in.
That's right.
And then so you've got to explore the world, and the world is just a backyard. Like I think I went for a run and just ran around as much as I could. I saw like you can crawl inside of a soda can. Like you can walk inside of a soda can. It's just laying on the ground. There was a sandbox which looks like a massive skyscraper when you're walking next to it. There's like a park bench in there and all this kind of stuff. Like the whole scale of it just totally throws you out. Yeah. But
so it's a super interesting concept.
Yeah, definitely.
So okay, so does the gameplay hold up? Is it entertaining to play?
So far, yeah. Again,
Yep.
I think the thing that changed that for me was having that 30-minute timer. Because it's like, right, I've got to do as much as I can in 30 minutes. Like, so you go for a run with like the first run was like, okay, let's kind of feel out where we are. So like, second run, right, let's follow because you've got objectives to follow as well, to figure out what's happening. And so, all right, let's get the objectives done as fast as possible. And that runs out. All right, so that's about as far as we're gonna get there. And so, all right, let's see how far we can get exploring. When you have a bit more time to it, I'm sure it's gonna be a lot more leisurely. But I thought I kind of like it. I have a love-hate relationship with games like this, like Minecraft I love, but other survival games like Ark I really don't like. But this seems to have I don't know, I like this is one of the ones I like. I think it has a really good balance between the two.
Do you do you know much about for the final game? Like, do you have a base? Do you keep all this stuff? Like, is there something you're upgrading, or are you
base
just
building?
Okay, so you're not trying to get out first day.
You've got to figure out what happens. I don't know what happens after that because that's all kind of all part of the story. There's no voice acting, which was kind of odd. I was kind of like, given the character, like you can choose from 4 different characters, and they all have different voice lines depending on their personalities, but it just comes up in text. Which was really only major letdown, but then that's kind of a whatever thing. But yeah, so there's you can build walls and roofs and floors and stuff. So I'm assuming there's a very fairly robust base building element to it as well. I know you can build yourself a glider so you can get around a lot easier. It's a couple of the recipes I picked, but there seems to be a lot there to do as far as a survival world goes. So it'll be interesting to check out. There's a few different biomes and stuff there as well. There's like a puddle, which is like a marsh. And then there's like a dirt patch, which is like a kind of deserty, desolate area kind of thing. It's really cool. The whole the scale of everything makes it really entertaining because you're having a bit of a giggle. It's like, it's a swamp, but then you realize it's just a puddle on the ground. It's like, oh.
Yeah. So when's the full release? Do you know?
I can't remember.
It wouldn't be far off if they're putting out a demo.
It's a demo. I know it's coming to Game Pass. I dare say it'll be within the next month or so, for memory.
Okay, cool.
I'll find out and double check that and remind myself to remember for next week.
Yeah,
it's fun. What games have you been playing this week, Graham?
Games plural would be incorrect. I've only been on just the one, The Last of Us Part 2. Beat it, actually.
Beat it?
Completed it, yeah. Absolutely tried to smash that because I wanted to get my review out, which is done too. Actually, I just got that uploaded. Yeah. Wow,
I mean, I've watched your review. I was watching it on the way home, so I figured I have a bit of a base for this conversation because I haven't played it yet. I know you have a spoiler section at the end. I haven't looked at that yet because I don't want to ruin it for myself when I eventually get around to playing it. Talk us through it, Greg. Thoughts, impressions, where are you at with it?
It's difficult to talk. Like it is really hard to review, and I can see why it got such high marks. Like it makes perfect sense just from the production levels alone. The best you'll ever see, that you've ever seen in any game. Period. Like nothing's come out ever before that beats this. And animations, the voice acting, the dialogue, the story, the world, everything about it is just so ridiculously polished. It just looks so good, and it feels good to play. But man, for me the biggest downfall was the gameplay. I just I couldn't get a good rhythm with it. I didn't enjoy it that much. Not to say that it's bad fundamentally. It works, and it just to me it doesn't work well. There's no innovation there. It is you could get the gameplay from The Last of Us, the first game that came out 7 years ago, and it would work in this game.
Oh, wow.
So the only difference, you know, mechanically that they've added is you can dodge now, but that brings in a whole different kind of style of issues with it, because now the dodge part actually feels quite forced, like it's really baked in. Enemies will go through animations at you, and until you dodge, like you can't do anything. Like they will be relentless.
You must
You
dodge.
can't. Yeah, you got to dodge or run. It forces you into that, and then the dodge is like the timing on it is huge. Like you can't stuff it up really. It makes the game incredibly easy. I would not be surprised if. Yeah, I was actually trying to beat the game without firing a weapon. That's how easy I think I could beat it.
Oh shit! Wow.
With the dodge and just using your fists. Because for some enemies, like the clickers and that are still one shot kill. Like you can't even be grabbed by those. You can't dodge them.
Yeah,
Is what it is. But the biggest part up for contention is the story, but you can't talk about the story without spoiling it. So we won't go into that. I definitely don't want to spoil any of it here. The story is definitely a love-hate thing. The more I've sat on it last few days, the more I've appreciated what they've done. I thought when I finished the story, I was like, nah, that's just not for me. Like I don't like the direction they've taken it, like and what they've done with it as a whole. And then over the course of a few days, it's like I've thought about it more, and it's like, hang on, no, that
maybe
it's actually really fucking smart what they've done and how they did.
Interesting.
And now I really enjoy the story. And there's an interview or something out with Neil Druckmann or Bruce Stanley from the original creative director of the first one or whatnot. So like their goal with these games was to really impact you. Like they wanted you to feel something when you played these games. And holy fuck, they ticked that box. Like,
yeah,
you will hate parts of this. You will love parts of it. There's bits here, man, that's like you will squirm away from your fucking screen when you see certain things happen. It's like it is full on. It's grotesque and it's right in your face. You can't avoid it. It's definitely not a game for kids. You wouldn't let your kids anywhere near this. You just give them right out nightmares. Yeah, it's man, such a hard game to talk about, and it's a hard game to review. I feel sorry for everyone that had the It makes sense now why Sony had such strict review embargoes on it.
So that whatever was after where the embargo was is really that impactful to what happens.
Oh fuck the rest
of the game, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Awesome. You can only show what they showed, and that's it. And there's a reason for it. You can't fucking show anything else outside. The trailers that they put out are fake leading up to it.
Yeah.
They're not real. They did the whole Marvel thing and made fake fucking characters and all types of stuff and put things in the wrong scenes and everything. Because like I was watching a cutscene play out and I was like, hang on, I've seen this before. Wait. Oh fuck! Like I did not see that coming. Like, are you serious? Like, and it's like they're really cool moments when they get you. Yeah, music is also just man. That Gustavo, what's his name? Santalala, I think that's his name. The composer from the original just does such a good job. The music is a very big thing in the game too, especially with the thing between Ellie and Joel about learning the guitar, and it's a thing. It's a whole thing.
I've seen the mechanics on that, and I've seen some really interesting takes on that part of the gameplay.
There's some really talented people out. I watched
I
one
know.
today. I was looking for the backing track for my YouTube video that I didn't want copyright strike. So it's best to pull something out of the game.
Yeah.
That's not done by an external source. And I ran into that. It's like Ellie's top 11 mixtape. And there's people playing like the Chili Peppers and Soundgarden and all types of shit on
right. And it was
like,
it
fucking
was
cool as that.
it sounded enough like the real thing, but still
It's close
sounded
to
like
it.
a proper cover. Like it sounded like a slower cover of most of these songs, but it really worked. And I was like, I was watching. I think I probably watched the same one you did, and I was like,
Maybe, yeah.
holy shit, this is like a figure for a game that just came out. They're like, no, we're figured this shit out already.
It's
I was talking to someone on Twitter, and they're like, I think it was the guy that did this. One of the video I watched. And I'm like, someone needs to play Wonderwall. It needs to happen.
yeah, definitely. So for those listening, we're talking about there's a few moments in the game where you get to play the guitar as Ellie, and there's controls for it, and you strum. You can swipe up and down on the touchpad. I think you can hit X and stuff like that. And the idea is you play tunes in the game. Yeah, and I found those parts to be really good. Like they generally happen after big events. Something big has happened or something bad generally has happened. It's the fucking Last of Us. Nothing really good ever happens in this series. And yeah, it was a really good moment. It's like they zoom in real close and they bring you right in on Ellie, and that's how you play. And this game's just got so many killer moments, so many great moments that are just like, but they don't even have to say anything. It's just how it plays. I mean, you've played the original. This one is that, but it's just turned up to 10-man again. They've just gone above and beyond what you'd expect. Honestly, if the gameplay was more interesting, this would be probably the greatest game I've ever played.
Wow.
But
because letting you down,
it has some of the gameplay is good. It's okay. It's okay.
It's just bland.
It's bland. It is. It's boring. Yeah. Like I just could not get into it. I didn't want to go into engagements. Like I couldn't be fucked going into an engagement. You can see how the AI works. Like it's like peering behind the curtain once you've looked at it once. I mean, to a lot of people, they're probably not going to run into this issue, but for you, me, and most people listening to this podcast, they will see the issues because their game is a lot and they play a lot of different games. I just wish they did a little more. I mean, the crafting is fine. It's okay. It's the same as the first one. There's nothing new there. Melee is the same. The shooting is the same. I mean, cosmetically, it's been upgraded, obviously. The sound sounds awesome. I mean, there's
some animation to it as well, isn't there?
So much, man. It's ridiculous how much tiny details go into this. It's just that whole stealth mechanic of crawling around and, sneaking behind people and grabbing someone, and then it's just that's it and whatnot. But the best part, I think, one of the major areas, other than the obvious enhancements that they've done, was their level design. I think was incredible. It was really well done, and it's just a shame they didn't use it more. It's a more environmental set. You go up against a faction called the Scars in the game, and they're a religious sect. But they go kind of back to basics, so they don't use the old world technology, is what they call it. So they're very fond of building things out of wood and rope and traps and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't even go in. They don't even fucking touch it. You don't even. The only time you run into a trap is some tripwires that someone else sets up. It's one section. That's it. That's
it.
Yeah. There's nothing.
Can any of those traps and stuff you learn to craft, or is it just kind of there?
No, you can't craft those ones. These ones are like big gameplay moment ones. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. Because I was gonna say, if there was like basic traps that you could craft, that you learn from like.
There are basic
ones.
No, there are basic ones you can do and place down, but they're just they're what Naughty Dog wants you to do, and what I say in my reviews, they want you to play the game 3 different ways. They don't want you to go all stealth. They don't want you to go all out combat and range combat with guns, and they don't want you to go melee. They want you to do all 3, and they want you to fuck up in each one. So each one pulls from the other one. So you start with the stealth,
right? Yeah.
And you're going to stuff the stealth up. Like generally in a stealth game like this or any other stealth game, I would restart that segment. I'd restart that encounter until I nailed it, till I stealth my way through the whole thing, which you can do, but it's not how they want you to play the game. And it's tuned that way. So someone will spot you, someone will see the body or whatever, and then, the idea is you go into range combat. Then you can run and hide and whatnot and reset. But, I just never found it super interesting. The gameplay. Set pieces though, holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I said I've seen snippets of like early gameplay and stuff. It looks good.
Oh man, it's like because you've done the Uncharted series recently and Uncharted 4 as well.
Yeah.
Think of that, but just even crazier and even better. Like, yeah, I'm not going to spoil any of them.
Before you get too involved, we'll cut you there. We don't want you to hurt yourself holding spoilers back.
No, I'm not going to spoil anything. No, it's like, yeah, I practiced by doing my entire 25-minute review without spoiling a damn fucking thing. So if you want to go watch the review on that, and you can, I don't show any gameplay either. That's out of school. But yeah, crazy good game, man. It's something everyone needs to play at some point if they can. Get on it, experience what it is. Yeah, that's it. Can't say too much more about it. Very impressed. Shall we get into some deals this week?
We should, yes. We definitely should.
Well, there's quite a few out actually this week, but I had to, apart from bloody Xbox and your deals with gold, honestly,
have they still not changed?
No, it's still the same. So we're going to kick off anyway with PlayStation Plus, that is. We've still got Call of Duty World War II and Star Wars Battlefront 2. PSN deals this week, we've gone with Hitman Game of the Year Edition for $18.20 and Dishonored 2 for $12.50. Two cracking good games, especially with Hitman, with number 3 coming out.
Out very soon. I'm excited for that. It's going to be good.
Yeah, for $18, it's quite a big game now with everything they've added to it. So 100% get into that. Xbox, we've gone Game Pass pick of the week. I've gone with Thronebreaker. Now, this is the Witcher-based card game based off Gwent.
Definitely. So it's a game based off a game.
It's the Gwent game. Yeah, it's a game based off the game. So it's Gwent, but with a story mode attached to it.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, really cool. Get into it. If you're into the card games, if you like Gwent, you're gonna love this section. Love this part of it. Anyway, Games with Gold is Shantae the Damn Pirate, Coffee Talk, and Scene Mortar. I don't know what's going on there. Xbox might need to hit F5 on their homepage and fix that.
Eventually, yeah. They've been busy doing other things, though.
Oh, yeah. Fucking yeeting mixer.
Yep. Jesus.
Deals with gold. We've got Trine, the Ultimate Collection. So it includes all of them, I believe, up from $35.98. Have you ever played the Trine series?
No, I haven't.
Haven't you? They are
I don't think I have.
Really good. 2D side-scrolling puzzle games, co-op or whatnot. And you got four different characters, all with their own unique abilities, and you got to help each other progress through the levels. They look really nice and they play really cool. Nice music, really good for kids and stuff like that. Yeah, get into it. I found these a long time ago, and I've always enjoyed them. Over on the Switch, we have Saints Row the Third. So this is the full package. $29.97. This is about all you need to know is the Saints Row game on the Switch. Apparently it runs quite well though, which is good.
Nice.
And over on the Epic Store, free this week, we have Pathway. It's a Pathway is like a 2D. It's a top-down, sorry, kind of just adventure game. I think I was going to get given a review code for it ages ago, but I turned it down because I was not going to be here. But it did look. It was interesting enough that I must have applied for it. So definitely for free. Check that one out. All right. Are you ready?
No, I'm not. I've spent all day and all yesterday calming down about this, so I can be at least somewhat level-headed. But yeah, sure. Let's get into the news, shall we?
Get you fired up. All right. News and updates this week, and we are going to kick off with the big one, which is Mixer has, well, very soon will be shutting down. So service shutdowns are nothing new in this industry. This news still comes as a shock to many. Mixer has obviously never been as popular as streaming giants like Twitch, but after securing exclusive streaming contracts for a few high-profile streamers, it seemed like Microsoft was going all in on the platform's success. Nonetheless, the company is giving up on the service now. It has explained its reasons as follows. It became clear that the time needed to grow our live streaming community to scale was out of measure, with the vision and the experience that Microsoft and Xbox want to deliver for gamers now. So we have decided to close the operations side of Mixer and help the community transition to a new platform. That new platform will be Facebook Gaming. According to Microsoft, the company has outlined a detailed transition plan for all existing Mixer streamers who are willing and able to make the switch. For example, Mixer partners will automatically be granted partner status with Facebook Gaming, and monetized streams will be eligible for Facebook Gaming Level Up program, which will offer similar monetization opportunities. Mixer's shutdown will go into effect on July 22nd, so streamers only have about a month to switch to Facebook Gaming or an alternate platform, such as Twitch. Okay.
Oh boy. So
go puppies. Just walk us through it.
Walk us through it. Now, before this happened, the night before this happened, I decided that I was moving back to Twitch for various reasons. Included the main catalyst for that was it had been brought up, or it had been discovered that some of the Mixer part, or one of the Mixer partner staff was being incredibly racist towards partners or applying partners and referring to them as slaves, and just like generally totally all this there's a story that came out from a guy that worked there who was black, and some of the shit he was telling people was like, it was disgusting. And so a lot of streamers, including myself, said no, we don't want any part of this. Fucking some of us left, like me. I announced I was going to go to Twitch, and a lot of the other a lot more of the platform just said we're not streaming till this is fixed at all. So that happened the day before. I woke up the next morning to this. I was like, oh god, what did we do?
Jesus.
So basically what happened is they blindsided everyone with this. It came out in a tweet. That is how the partners found out. That's how the streams found out. That is how the Mixer staff found out. So this was purely on Microsoft. They did this. My assumption is that a deal like this isn't exactly small. Like, this would have taken months to cultivate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think what happened is, because of the small PR shitstorm that was brewing, Facebook have stepped in and gone, right, we need to do this now before this shitstorm gets ahead of us to shut it down and create some more noise. So, and then they're going, bam, here we are. There's the tweet. You're fucking done.
Yeah, it is the equivalent of Microsoft dragging you out back and shooting you.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Like, they're like I said, employees, partners. Man, there are people that just got partnered like a week ago, waiting for their button to drop, and out the door. Fuck you. See you later. So people are fucking mad. And
that goes to show how sudden it was.
Yeah. No one saw it. There's a few partners that knew, a couple of partners that knew it was coming, and I mean like 2 or 3 of them. Those being Shroud and Ninja. I mean 2 of them at least. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh yeah,
and then a few higher ups in Mixer staff, but they couldn't say anything. but for the most part, this blindsided literally everybody. Like,
Mm.
people knew Mixer was having troubles, and we knew that, but we didn't think this would come this quickly at all. It was kind of a shock. It wasn't kind of, it was a shock.
I don't think anyone would have predicted that this being that swift and happening that fast and happening now. Like, I didn't.
Definitely,
Mixer
yeah.
was in a shittier spot, but it was definitely salvageable, I would say. Like, there was definitely
It could have
100%
been.
potential there, but if under
Yeah.
new management, new direction, I guess, or whatnot. But yeah, it's man, what a rise and fall of a streaming
Right,
service.
I know. It was like it was the chosen one to take on Twitch, and now it's gone. And also Facebook.
It legitimately had a chance.
It did. It was doing really well there for a while, and then they decided to spend money on Ninja, and it all went downhill from there. Speaking of, though, this also allowed us to find out how much the deals for Ninja and Shroud went for.
Yeah, 30 million.
Ninja walked out of here today or yesterday with $30 million, which was his contract for 3 years. And because both he and Shroud had this clause that if anything happened to Mixer, they had the option to be paid out of their contract and walk away and be free agents. So Ninja walked out with 30 million.
Payday.
Shroud, 10 million. He earned 10 million in 6 months.
They wouldn't have to do, they wouldn't even have to do anything ever again.
Exactly.
They can just
Exactly.
Just go do whatever.
Yeah, they just retire now. I mean, shit. They're the only two people that benefited from this at all.
That's a huge win for them. I mean, you've got to back those two lads too, because I mean, they took the money, but they also took a huge gambling risk.
Like, oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
By going over that, because this is obviously going to set their brand back in some way.
Definitely,
they're going to feel a negative effect from this. Obviously, they're getting paid out a shitload of money, so it's not like there's financial worry there. But those two were so they were so beyond money now. Anyway, they were so set up. They were pretty much their brand was everything to them.
Yeah, well, they did turn down. I know they did turn down rather lucrative deals from Facebook when they were offered them. So Facebook said to them, "We're taking over. We would like to pay you." It was large. It was like closer to 90 million or something shit like that. That's the number I've seen floating around. And they said no. Insane. Both of them said no.
King Galathian's gone over there, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he's signed up with Facebook.
Yeah, King Galathian's gone over. He's going to be over there. Streamer. Yep. I've seen maybe a dozen others that are like that from kind of my circles and people I follow that are going to be going over there, but for the most part, everyone's gone to Twitch because especially after this, no one likes Facebook now.
No.
This is left quite, I mean, imaginably quite a sour taste in the community's mouth, and it's Do
you think this is
on Twitch?
Do you think there'll be any ramifications towards Xbox because of it?
I don't think so. I mean, there might be for a little bit, but realistically, this wasn't Xbox's decision. This was a Microsoft decision because Xbox.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So people people are still really mad at Mixer, but realistically, Mixer had nothing to do with it. They were just kind of thrown under the bus. This is a Microsoft issue. This is a big
daddy stepping in.
Big days stepping in.
Time to go home.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here.
But the reason this is happening is also very interesting. What Microsoft wanted to do with Mixer was to integrate the xCloud, which is going to be similar to Stadia, but probably actually work, where you can click a button on the stream and you're playing the game with that streamer. That's what their goal was for Mixer. The problem was Mixer wasn't growing enough to make that plan viable, and if they'd done it on Mixer, it wouldn't have worked. So they've gone, "Hey Facebook, what's up? Go old Zucks and go, hey, we've got this really cool tech you could use for your streaming, some infrastructure that has proven to work for your streaming service. Just give us a button that we can integrate xCloud with."
How big is Facebook gaming? Do you know? Like, have you spoken to anyone about it? Like, is it like who's the biggest streamer on Facebook? Do you know?
No, I don't. I honestly haven't even looked into it, and a lot of people don't see it as because Facebook isn't really known as a gaming space, right?
No.
So like they have the whole Facebook gaming thing, which is cool, but no one really knows it. I don't think like many people know about it. Like I know there are successful Facebook streamers over there. Like Darkness 420. Is probably one of their bigger ones. He was one of the original people to get signed over when Facebook Gaming was first created. He's kind of in the same circles as Goth and Broman and K
Yeah.
Magic, who are all kind of streamers from Twitch, and they've kind of the group of them have kind of been all over different platforms recently. And there are a couple of other larger ones, but aside from that, I mean, I've never looked into it. I don't really use Facebook either, but yeah, it's not known for being a gaming space, and I mean, sure, it might work, but I don't know how that's gonna like how much integration that's gonna get into like how much integration it has into like the standard Facebook experience.
Isn't Facebook for like aunties and uncles to post
Yeah,
cat
it's
pictures and shit on and talk shit
yeah,
and
and
whatnot?
say weirdly racist stuff. Yeah, that's what that's for.
Yeah, it's their safe space
Yeah,
online.
exactly.
Yeah, it
It's
makes
weird.
sense. It makes sense why the majority of Mixer partners, Mixer streamers, and that are going straight back to Twitch.
Yeah. Twitch is
Like,
gonna
to
have some
Twitch
huge
for their
growth
first
this
time.
year.
Twitch is going to, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Well,
because I know,
maybe not.
yeah, maybe not. Twitch has also been because Twitch has offered Mixer partners a chance to apply straight up without having to go through the Twitch process, which has been really nice.
I did see, is it Jared FPS?
Jared
Because
FPS, who was one of
he's
the
been
largest
partnered
streamers
straight away.
on Mixer, was partnered straight away. I don't think every partner will get that, but they have the option to apply, which is a nice olive branch from Twitch as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. You'd think if Twitch could swoop in with some good PR here, they'd be like scrambling or something to set up like a kind of a Mixer community hub or something where, you know, so that way people can find everyone who was the streamers on Mixer. Like we'll set something up for a month on our communities tab or whatever they've got. If you're looking for your Mixer streamers and partners that you might have lost contact with, this is where everyone can be streaming and you can find them.
For the most part, that's been Twitter recently.
So if
well,
I see another fucking person say, drop your links, drop your pants, drop everything here, just drop it all out.
I mean, to be fair, this is just people trying to connect again. It would be cool to see something from Twitch, but even like a lot of larger Twitch streamers, Twitch themselves are kind of reaching out. Hey guys, we're gonna make this as easy as possible for you. If you have any issues, let us know. So Twitch support have been really good. Twitch ANZ have been, kind of introducing themselves a lot and kind of getting to know some of us Aussie streamers from Mixer as well, which has been really, really cool. And yeah, a lot of larger Twitch streamers are kind of reaching out and say, hey, let us know where you are, and we'll help you out as best we can. If we see you on, we'll try and give you a host or send people your way. So the people it's been pretty civil for the most part. Considering considering the general rivalry between the two platforms, there's like a little bit of that thing going on. It's been pretty good.
The amount of people I've seen who like maybe left the platform a year or two ago come out and like, I fucking knew it was happening.
Those smarmy little
stick it up your fucking fat clacker. You have no idea. You had nothing. You just left because you weren't gaining growth or whatnot, and you went back there and you went to YouTube and you went to Facebook and you opened up your MySpace account again, and none of it's working for you. Shut up.
Yeah, fucking it's like people just be real shits, and people like. People have lost their livelihood, or not lost them, but have them like ripped out from underneath them with no plan of action and no warning. And it's such a shitty thing. I'm still like simmering about it. So, but yeah, Ninja and Shroud, the fucking smart bastards.
Oh, definitely. Now they're obviously going to go back to Twitch.
I don't think so. Hear me out.
You reckon YouTube?
I think Shroud will go back to Twitch.
Yeah.
I think Ninja will move to YouTube because his sub count on YouTube is like 25 million.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
His departure from Twitch was not exactly amicable. There was a lot of issues after he left. We've covered them here in the past. It was like they took down his channel entirely. They put it back up. They allowed porn to be streamed on it.
Porn on it.
Yeah. So the relationship between Ninja and Twitch wasn't fantastic. I don't know what it's like now. They got a kiss to mate up. I don't know, but I have a feeling, given that they both turned down the Facebook deal, I think Ninja will go to YouTube possibly.
Yeah.
Because YouTube is one of the biggest services in the game, and they can offer a fuck ton of money. And yeah,
it's bigger than Twitch.
It is. It's bigger than Twitch. It
is the biggest streaming service there.
Yeah,
with the amount of how much people are on the platform.
Yeah, he would do really well to go there, I think. And I think Shroud might go back to Twitch. He was pretty well liked there. He's a really nice guy from what I know of him, but yeah, I have a feeling that he'll be going back home to Twitch, and we'll see Ninja over on YouTube.
I wonder if they're going to do like the ads. You know how they did those little promo bullshit things when they got signed over? I wonder if they'll do those, but in reverse, like whatnot. So you see Ninja walking away, letting a fire go on the Mixer headquarters or whatnot, walking across the street to YouTube. Do something cool.
It could happen. This is like walking out the buildings, just collapsing behind.
Yeah, why not?
Do man.
Why not? Well, have you got anything else you'd like to air out on this one?
No, that's it. I'm pretty good. Like I said,
we're gonna have to change into the run sheet now. I'm gonna forget.
I know. I'll try to remind you. But yeah, no. That's all I've got on it. Really, it's a shitty thing, but business wise, it makes sense.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. It's just, yeah, it sucks to be told that way, and it's also, like you said, there are people there that had their livelihood on it, like,
yeah, exactly.
And now they don't have that anymore, that's pretty scary. Which is also another reason why, like, if you're getting big enough to honestly consider going full time and dropping your part time job or whatever it is, that you need to diversify your content.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
You need to branch out. You need to get a YouTube channel going. You need to get all that shit going, and you need to get it working, because any one of those little pillars can fall over. And if you've got it all stacked up on one,
you're
fucked. Microsoft, mate, will just swoop in and shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
Bastards. Rightio. Well, on to our next piece of news. And that is a new Crash game. So, after 22 years, the gaming world is now gearing up for the reveal of the sequel to Crash Bandicoot Warped. The official Crash Bandicoot account told fans on Tuesday and June 22nd that Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time reveal. Though, as mentioned, the game's existence was already leaked. So, the post teased that the official reveal was coming. Alongside the announcement was a teaser trailer that showed a live-action Crash Bandicoot sitting down and playing a Crash game before the TV screen smashes, allowing a portal to appear, with the teaser cutting to black as it's about time on the screen. Now, we've had an update to this because the trailer did come out today.
Today, yes. I wrote this for last night, but we were delayed getting the recording done, so the trailer came out today. Did you get a chance to watch it?
I did. I'm not impressed.
It looks like another Crash game. And I mean, that's cool. Which
is not what I wanted. No,
people like the nostalgia. It'll sell.
No, people would like the nostalgia of the old games. They don't. I don't think they're gonna latch onto this one. If you're gonna do a new Crash game, like not a remaster, not a remake, if you've got to touch the old ones, then you've got to redo them the exact same, bring them up the same way. But when you get a new one, it's like you get a whole new canvas, man. You get a new way to try it. Why not throw Crash into more of a smaller open world, or anything? Why does it have to be the fucking running treadmill sim? True,
good point.
That's all it is. Again, it's just that again. But yes, you got Neo Cortex there, and everyone's back, and the characters, and it's like, yeah, cool. Not interested. Like, why not?
It's not something I'm going to be rushing out to get, but
no. But what I would rush out to get is if they kind of put a new spin on it, like. Get it? Pun. Crash Bandicoot spin.
Hey, yeah.
I'll sell myself out. See you, man.
Thank you. I'll take the cast from here. Thank you very much.
Good, thank you. Yeah, why not give it a new thing, a new style? You know, they've
Battle
got the
Royale.
old one there.
Crash Bandicoot Battle Royale. Let's go.
Fucking do it. Let's do it. Everyone gets Wumpa masks and eats the Wumpa apples, and you can just Wumpa on everyone.
Yep, Wumpas for days.
Wumpa for fucking days. Yeah. So yeah. Overall, not impressed. Not really looking forward to it. Should have gone a different direction, I reckon. And I think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna do well.
Fair. I can see that. Maybe. I don't know. People like those goofy games. I mean, it depends on what the. I mean, if it's what the trailer showed and that's all the game is, sure, it's probably not going to do well. I'm really hoping there's some more to it, though.
Oh, I don't know, man. It's a Crash game. I wouldn't expect anything too deep. It's from Activision. I don't know who actually made it this time, but yeah. Cyberpunk is back in the news again for the wrong reasons. So Cyberpunk,
for the same reasons.
For the same reasons, actually. Yeah, you are correct. Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed again, and it is now moving from its planned September 17th release date to its new date of November 19th. So developer CD Projekt Red announced on Twitter. The announcement notes that as of today, the game is technically finished from a content and gameplay perspective, but all the quests, cutscenes, skills, items, and the functionality in place. But the finished game is so complex and so large that CD Projekt Red says that they need extra time to go through everything, balance game mechanics, and fix a lot of bugs. I think this is going to hurt them more than anything, but I also know they don't care.
Yeah, they're going to release that game when it's ready, even if it just does come out in 2077.
Oh, they said ages ago that they will delay this game forever if they have to, until they're happy with it. I mean, it's spoken like a company that's obviously made a lot of money from its last game. If they weren't super successful with their last game, they might be pushing this one a bit quicker to get out. But
yeah,
CD Projekt
I mean,
Red.
it's good. It's good to see them willing, because that's a fairly large delay too. So close to the release.
Yeah, I know. That's what I like. I understand, like, the whole COVID things happened, and it's probably made things a lot more difficult for them to work together on and get things fixed. But man, it's always better to over promise, than under deliver. So why not? When they originally delayed it again, why not go? Look, it's coming out in November, and then as it comes closer, oh, surprise, game's done. We're going to release it for you guys a month early. Happy birthday.
Releasing it early could host a whole heap of problems, mostly with advertising, PR, all that kind of stuff. It would be difficult to get the promo stuff out if they're, oh, by the way, we're releasing this 3 months earlier, and they have nothing ready because they thought they'll still be working on the game.
That goes both ways.
That's a good point. But I mean, they still have it there. They just need to change a date.
yeah, they just open up Photoshop and we'll swap that around and we're done. Like, as I said, I think this is going to hurt it more than help it. Especially, I think the September 17th was a good date for it. Obviously, this is a new IP, which everyone needs to remember. And new IPs are obviously a hell of a lot harder to sell. Going into November now, it's going to go dueling out with a lot of other games. Unannounced games, next-gen games, a next-gen console.
Oh.
It's going to be...
it will be tough.
Yes, and the other part of that is a day and date releases, aren't they? Yeah, the day of the next-gen consoles, they'll have the patch ready to go.
Yeah, so, and it'll be a free update as well.
Yeah, so can we just everyone coin the smart delivery is just a fancy word that Microsoft has slapped on this fucking thing for them.
Backwards compatibility.
It is smart delivery, and it's a patch on PlayStation. Yeah. So both consoles get both. It does sound better. Both consoles get the upgrade.
Yeah,
but it's only a minor upgrade. Their main one comes out next year.
Oh, okay, righto.
Yeah. So they're going to have
I'm
like
getting it on PC then.
Yeah,
I
same.
just
But
max the graphics
still,
and watch my computer burn. It'd be great.
it certainly will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a shame, but it is what it is. All right. On our last little chunky news bit of the week, and that is EA Play announcements. A good old EA had their live streaming event. Pretty much what they would do for E3. This was their version. So we'll just go through this pretty quickly. Did you watch it first?
I did. It was very. There's some cool stuff there, but it was.
Was there though? Was there really though? Was there anything that cool? It was Squadrons. All right, let's go through this.
Let's get through this.
Okay, then you can just try and win me over with how boring that fucking event was. So Apex Legends is getting crossplay support for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Bringing it in line with other major multiplayer titles like Call of Duty and Fortnite. Additionally, the game is coming to Switch and Steam, which will also be crossplay. Pretty insane that it's coming to Switch. Love to see how it's going to run on the Switch.
I think it'll be okay. It's not a super complicated game. Like, you can play
60 frames on the Switch?
No, it'd probably be 30, I'd say. But
hard to do crossplay
graphics-wise, it's not super intensive. No. But playing Apex while on the toilet. Every time I see a Switch player on the map, that's exactly what I'm going to envision. Just someone sitting there on the loo, just smashing out a game.
Backing one out as they're playing.
Yep.
Brilliant.
We dropping boys.
Brilliant. Next up, we've got It Takes Two. Now, this is Hazel Light's Joseph Fares. Now, if you don't recall, this is the guy that is pretty animated. He's pretty out there. He loves getting in front of the camera and swearing and carrying on. He's the one that hijacked Jeff Keighley at the Game Awards show those years ago and gave everyone the finger and told everyone to fuck off and whatnot. Classic dude.
It was brilliant. Dude. Fuck the Oscars.
What? Yeah, that's him. Fuck the Oscars. Yep. So yeah, that's it. I think you've even got it written there. I didn't even read that far. So his game Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons and A Way Out. So that's what he did previously. But the passionate director is back with EA's originals for It Takes Two. This is a cooperative action-adventure game that attempts to combine narrative and gameplay together smoothly. It's coming in 2020. 2020. It's also mentioned something about emotions as well, like
this
putting emotions and gameplay together. And
from what I remember, this is a story about divorce. The baseline of the story is about divorce.
It's because it makes two clay little friends or whatnot, and that's what you play as.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, I'm interested. I liked A Way Out. I really liked A Way Out. It was really good. Lots of fun to play. I'm hoping this has a similar kind of style of gameplay to it, where you can do like the couch co-op thing and solve puzzles together. I don't know. I just really like that format. I think it's really cool. But yeah, A Way Out was fantastic. I'm kind of keen to see what this is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Lost in Random, which is a completely different type of game, also launching under the EA Originals banner. Lost in Random is set in the Nightmare Before Christmas style world and stars a young girl and a six-sided die companion. I kind of glazed over when I started watching these things. Did you enjoy any of this?
This one has so random is the land you're playing in, and basically what happened is any kind of decisions are made by rolling a die throughout the game. So your little dice friend, you'll roll, and it will decide how things progress for you. So it seems like there's a layer of kind of
randomness.
I was thinking
procedurally generated.
Procedurally generated. To it, possibly. That's how I took it anyway. So I mean, it looked like a cute little indie game. I love that art style too, like that Nightmare Before Christmas kind of style
Yep.
is really cool to watch. So I'll keep an eye on this one. I'm not like dying to play it, but I'm interested to see if the gameplay has that kind of that random element to it that can really change the experience for everyone, depending on what. So if you get like six different options, or is it six? Yeah, six different
Hmm.
options depending on what side of the die you get. I think that folds into combat as well. So it might be worth keeping an eye on. See how it comes out anyway.
Fair call. Fair call. Well, next up we've got Rocket Arena. So Final Strike Games Rocket Arena is part Overwatch, part Super Smash Bros, and it's now being published by Electronic Arts. The game comes to the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on July 14th with cross-platform support, and the standard edition will only set you back $30. There will be 10 characters playable at launch as well as 10 maps, and you will be able to use in-game currency to purchase the season pass. Yeah. Classic EA.
Yeah, I have a feeling this one is. I mean, shooting stuff with rockets is fun. I have a feeling this will go. What was the one by Ninja Studio?
Bleeding Edge way.
Bleeding Edge. Yeah, I have a feeling
The
that'll
way
go
of Bleeding
very
Edge.
much that way. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it looked fun and cartoony and that's just another arena shooter, really.
Yeah, it didn't look too exciting. The one though that is up next was the main event, you could say. This is the one everyone knew was coming. Waiting for, and that was Star Wars Squadrons. So EA showed the first gameplay demonstration of Star Wars Squadrons, which ran for several minutes and included a look at first-person dogfighting combat. The insider ships show the instruments at your disposal, and you'll also have a view at your depleting shields. The campaign will feature both Imperial and New Republic missions split between two pilots and a signature multiplayer mode, Fleet Battles. This is a 3-phase fight, culminating in an attack on a giant capital ship. Multiplayer supports crossplay between the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and the entire game supports VR. This looked cool.
I want to get a joystick for this. I watched the gameplay. I'm like, oh my
Doesn't
god!
say joystick support.
I'm gonna find if it is. I mean, if it's VR, if they can support VR, surely you'd be able to plug in a joystick and then have your
I'm pretty sure
keyboard
you
as a
could.
secondary input. But you can't not. I was talking to Static yesterday about this. Like we were talking about his he has like a 3-screen fully built-in car sim racing rig.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
dude, all you need to do is throw a joystick in this, and it would be fucking amazing. For this game, but I mean,
definitely.
it looks cool. It's something we haven't really seen a lot of, which is good.
No,
Like this
outside
kind
of
of
only
aerial combat stuff.
only really we saw a basic premise. This is a much more fleshed out version of what you see in Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 with the aerial combat. In that, this is much more. This is where the ideas come from. Like they've
Yeah.
taken that and they've built it up. It's just it's weird though. You wouldn't think this is an EA game just by the way it's kind of playing out. There's no microtransactions. There's no season pass. There's none of that shit, and it's half price. Like it's not a
It's
full fledged retail game. You would
it's like a
think this is
$40
something
game.
else. This is not EA. There's EA probably hates this game.
They probably do. I mean,
What the fuck are you doing?
the last Star Wars game went pretty well. Like Fallen Order was.
Oh, I was gonna say the one before that didn't.
No, the one before that didn't. The Fallen Order went really well. And maybe they've gone, hey, if we make good Star Wars games, they'll actually fucking sell.
People buy them. Wow, all we got to do is
People
hunt
look for
all the
quality.
shit out of it.
What?
Wow, get the hell out of here. I'm still worried about the whole fishbowl thing that we spoke about last week. There did seem to be, they didn't show much, but there did seem to be a little bit more close to the ground or in close fighting, especially when you go up against capital ships. The what is it? Fleet battles just seems like that's just obviously a different take on conquest mode out of Battlefield. By the sounds of it, it's just pushing. You either push and defend, attack and defend. Yeah, which is cool. Just in space. Free customization and stuff like that looks really cool. 2 different campaigns, good and bad, whatever way you want to play it. Yeah,
Oh no, I think it's one story. You don't get a choice.
Yeah, it's one story. Yeah, sorry.
Each mission
2 different
you
points of
switch
view.
between 2 different points of view. Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
The fly TIE fighters, which would be fun.
I'm wondering how robust the combat is, and I'm a bit disappointed in a third-person view. I thought they would have showed that off at some stage, so that's why I'm thinking there's not any there.
There's not. They've already come out and said there isn't.
Oh,
Someone
yeah.
I remember.
Why? How hard is it? Obviously, they've baked in a lot of the gameplay into that cockpit. Then
Yeah. So someone asked, I think it was on Twitter, and said, "Look, is there going to be a third person view? We didn't see anything in the gameplay." I said, "No, this is first person only. We've designed it from the ground up to be that." And there will never be a third-person mode.
That's going to annoy a lot of people.
It will, but it's good that they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll do it in the future." They're sticking to their guns with it because this was also a passion project for the team that are doing it. Like this wasn't something they were told to do. This is the game we want to do. So
fucking EA, man. It's like. Yeah, we've got to get our teams while they're slaving away, building something else on the Frostbite engine, and they come up and they make this on their lunch breaks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Sell it off as a big profitable game.
But the team that are doing this bought this to EA and said, "This is what we want to do," and EA said, "All right, cool, do it." So it might actually be pretty good, hopefully.
Well, hopefully it is successful for them. Do we have a release date? It's the end of the year, isn't it? October?
Yeah, October. It's not far. It was like October or something. 19th?
Okay, cool.
Possibly.
Oh. Sweet as. All right, last one. Last bit of news for the evening. The last one, sorry, for the evening was Skate. So it is very early in development, but EA is officially working on the new Skate game. Doesn't appear to have an official name yet, but the game will be the first in a series over a decade. The name is Skate. You don't call it anything else. Well, how many skates did they do? 4?
No, 4 or 5? People were thinking this would be 4.
This would be 4. That's it. Yeah, so they did 3. 3. Yeah, cool. But on the
Skate
back of Tony Hawk making a comeback as well. Tony Hawk was always better than Skate.
Right.
But
I mean, apparently this was very requested by people. Like I think the guy said, "You guys commented this into existence," were the words he used.
It was always hanging around over the last few years for their E3, for their presses, to see if Skate was actually a thing, but I don't think it's that big of a thing that they needed to really do it. And they're probably really pissed that Tony Hawk is coming out. It's like, fuck.
That's probably, it's probably why they're doing it. Is like, oh shit, we need a Skate game. Oh, we have Skate.
Yeah, that's exactly it. What are you, before we finish up here, give me your overall thoughts on the press conference itself. There wasn't Squadrons was the coolest thing there. There was some interesting stuff there. Like I said, Lost in Random and It Takes Two look mildly interesting. But yeah, there wasn't a lot there. Big hype word of the day was crossplay, which is fantastic to see. I love that. They're bridging the gaps between the console crossplay by crossplay. It's like,
no, you just
you're not. You guys are playing catch up. That's the C word you're looking for. Catching up. Yeah.
But I mean, crossplay, cool. Some of the Squadrons, I'm keen for that. I think so far. It wasn't all of that though. Honestly,
I think they're quite happy that E3 got cancelled.
I mean, yeah.
Because if this was a E3 week when they were battling up against all the other big boys as well, big boys and girls, then
they would have been drowned out pretty quick.
Very, very fast. Like at least it's got some room to breathe in here, and it's giving Star Wars Squadrons, a bit of light, which is good. If this was, say we watch this today, and before that you watch Microsoft, and then tomorrow you're going to watch Sony, and then you've got Nintendo. It's like That
this would have been
Star Wars
lost.
Squadrons, mate, would have been wiped out, and no one would be talking about it. So, I think they did. Having Greg Miller host it, I think, was a good idea. He brings a buzz and a bit of personality to the host.
Yeah, he's hosted the last few for them now, hasn't he? Last year
Not
he
him.
did.
He's done a few. He's hosted quite a few different shows. I think it's Andre. Who else is it? There's someone else. I forget her name. Sorry, but yeah, he's done it. He's done a few, and I think he's a cracking good host. He's quite funny and entertaining,
definitely.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
He moves things along. But other than that press conference didn't need to happen. I feel like they just had it for the sake of having it. It's like, it's E3.
Yeah,
like,
it could have been like an announcement blog and a series of trailers over a week.
Exactly. Yeah. Which,
although it did give a little bit of light to those smaller games too. So, like, if they come out in general announcements, no one would have given a shit. I mean, people don't give that much of a shit now, and like it was on a special kind of production. So,
yeah, I mean, I get why. I just think that they're quite happy that E3 didn't blow up, and there wasn't a big thing, and they could just slap together 100%. Something quite neat and tidy, and not really put too much into it. But it is what it is. I think next up we're gonna have fucking Cyberpunk. I think the Cyberpunk one's dropped tomorrow. I know
have we got more trailers and stuff coming out, do we?
We've got a big Cyberpunk live stream. So I think all the big YouTubers and media outlets have played it yesterday. I think they were tweeting it. So everyone will be editing all their videos like crazy, and you'll expect articles when you're probably hearing this. And I think it's called the Night Wire. I think that's what they've called it. That's the live stream that we're getting from CD Projekt Red. So I would expect they're going to go in heavy, probably a bit more than what they were, especially with the delay. They're going to want to give people something to look forward to now, something
definitely
more robust, something maybe they might have held something back previously. I think they're going to go all in now, which should be...
I think we'll see some free roam and a side mission or something. So, or even no, they wouldn't do a main mission. They do like a side quest and some free roam, so they can explore the world and show.
Now it's all finished.
Yeah. Just play the game for us. We'll just watch it.
That's it.
But yeah, if we can see how in depth that world is and how kind of dense it is, I think that'll be really cool. That's the only thing I'd really want to see. I'm kind of at a point with Cyberpunk where I'm just ready for it to come out. I don't need to see any more.
So what you're saying?
Actually play it.
You didn't want it to get delayed by another 2 months and push back and...
Oh no, I'm fine with that. But I just like trailer wise, I'm like, okay, I've seen enough of the game to know and understand and be excited for it. I mean, all this is bonus, but it's going to get to a point. It's when is it over spoiling it? Are we getting too much of it?
Very true. Well, I think we'll wrap that up there then.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good. Mate, where can... This is very, very important now.
It is now.
Where can people find you? Say it loud.
All right, so you can find me on Twitch and Twitter, the 2 T's, at deft_puppies. So it is twitch.tv/deft_puppies, twitter.com/deft_puppies with a Z. Gray. Nothing's changed for you. Where are you?
Oh, unless YouTube drags me back and shoots me in my small channel, I'm good. I'm still on YouTube, mate. YouTube grows a gamer. Go find me over there for reviews and stuff like that. My Last of Us review is out now. Spoiler free, so you can go watch it and feel safe. And over on Twitter. That's about it for me. For the podcast, though, you can find us at LeftPod. You can also find us over on YouTube as well, where you can catch this live, like as in right now. Just go into YouTube, search 2 Left Thumbs Podcast, and you'll see our faces pop up there. Well, that's about all we've got this week. It's been an absolute pleasure once again. We hope you have a safe week, and we'll see you in 6 days.
Bye.